Hey there friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing another book review and this time it is of Three Dark Crowns by Kendare. I read this book, I brought it on the Friday and by the Monday night I'd finished it. It's absolutely fantastic and it's literally just over 400 pages. This book is fantasy magic is probably the best way to describe it, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was out of this world amazing. The premise of Three Dark Crowns is that it's set in a kingdom. It's not a world, it's an island, and on the island every generation 3 daughters, 3 triplets are born to the queen. Each of them has a specific magic power, and when they turn 16 they have to sort of fight to the death to kill their sisters in order to become the queen of the island. There are 5 different kinds of magic in this world. We only really see 3 of them, but they are elementals who can control the elements, poisoners who are immune to poisons and also really good at using poisons, naturalists who can control the natural world, so plants, flowers, animals. There is the war gift, which isn't really talked about very much and isn't explained as much, but I assume is to do with being good at war. And then the final gift is the gift of sight, where they can see the future. The book starts a couple of months before the new generation of Queen's 16th birthday. There are, as I said, they're triplets, 3 daughters called Catherine, Mirabella and Orenso. Each of them has a different gift. Mirabella is an elemental and is rumoured to be the most powerful elemental that there has ever been, elemental queen that there could have ever been. Catherine is a poisoner, and Orenso, I think is how we call her, how her name was pronounced, is a naturalist. These girls have not seen each other since they were 6 and are raised by like foster families within the communities of the people who have the same gift as them. Going into this book, I expected to have a favourite. I expected that one of the queens would be my favourite and one of them would be my absolute least favourite, and that they would be, it would be really clear as to which one Kendare Blake wanted to be wanted everyone to root for, and which one, and you kind of assume that one of them is going to, or 1 or 2 of them are going to be really evil going into it. And actually when you go into it, it kind of massively surprised me that all of them are so normal and they're so human, and they have a lot of heart and a lot of compassion, and they're just not, it's just not what you expect. And the girls, like the queens, are just not what you expect at all. And it's just, everything that happens is very, very unexpected. It ends on a massive cliffhanger, which I just loved. And I think the way that Kendare Blake writes it is just magical, and not magical in like a airy fairy way, magical in a bit of a punch in the gut, like kick-ass, not going to take any prisoners way. That a lot of the secondary characters are the ones that you really hate, and these are the people who are pushing the queens in a direction or not in a direction to do certain things, and you're really rooting for them. You really, or in my case, I really rooted for all 3 of them. I kind of wanted them to band together and be like, hell no, we're kicking this status quo out of the way, we're doing things differently, which isn't kind of how it goes. But it's a really refreshing, this book is a really refreshing take on the whole concept of magic and fantasy in a way that actually, this is an island, this is a tiny isolated island that you can probably get across in like a day. So it's smaller than say England is, and you, as the book goes along, we get people from the mainland coming in and influencing, but being part of the story, and you realise actually these magic gifts that the queens and people within this world have are not normal, and that it could be that this is in our world, like probably more like during the Victorian era, and it's just an island off the coast. And it's just so interesting that like it's not sort of a magic system that is world encompassing like in a lot of books where it's kind of just the whole thing, that this is one tiny island where this magic occurs, and yet it's so strong and so kind of incredible to hear about and to witness as a reader, to find out about how this magic and these magic systems work. Another thing which I absolutely loved in this was the secondary characters. I'd say a lot of the secondary characters are the ones that you really hate. They are the main sort of antagonists. Actually, a lot of the secondary characters are the ones that I personally loved the most. So much more so than the queens, because I feel like the queens are just kind of really naive to the world, really naive to anything but what they know, and they don't really know that much. And the secondary characters are just so feisty and kick-ass and determined, and most of them are female actually, which is a like, I think there's 2 male characters who play a big part, which is an amazing thing to read. This world is a matriarchy. I don't think I said that at the beginning. So women sort of are in charge of families, in charge of the systems, in charge of the governments. Women are like, yeah, it's a matriarchy, and that's really interesting to read. I've never read a book where sort of the whole community systems are all a matriarchy, that the families are run by a woman, and the religious systems are run by women, and the council, which is their equivalent of a government, is predominantly run by women. And it just adds a whole new layer to this, which is so unique. I've never ever read a book like this, and I can't wait to read the next one. It ended on a massive cliffhanger, a massive twist, which I love, and the great thing is the next book is already out, so I'm not going to have to wait too long. If you like fantasy, if you like kick-ass films, if you like magic, if you want to read something which is a little bit different, that is different than anything else you may have read, definitely check Three Dark Crowns out. I have since heard that originally this was meant to be a duology, but it's now being turned into a 4-part series, which is super exciting because it means more books. I can't wait to see where this goes. I really feel like the development of the Queen's characters and them as people and them as individuals doing what they want rather than what other people want is going to come in the next few books. It did kind of frustrate me in this that the Queens kind of do as they're told, basically. Like, they are queens. They are, you know, one of them is going to be the queen of this entire island, of this entire community, and all 3 of them, in the majority of cases, kind of just do as they're told. They don't, you know, until maybe the last 50 pages, none of them breaks the status quo. None of them does anything which kind of feels remotely pushing back against what they've been told their entire lives. So I'm really looking forward to the next book to see if actually they kind of come into their own, grow into their own, and do things their own way, because at the moment it does kind of just feel like that they're just doing as they're told because they don't know anything else. And I'm really looking forward to seeing if that sort of changes and there's a bit of a twist within all of that. But only time will tell with the next book. So those are my thoughts on Three Dark Crowns by Kendra Blake. It's a really amazing fantasy magic system series, amazing kick-ass female characters. As I say, I read this in like 4 days, 4 sittings. It blew me away. It's incredible. Definitely check it out if you like fantasy, if you like magic, if you like kick-ass female characters. It's, as I say, it's nothing that I feel like I've ever seen before in a book or in a series. So it's just really refreshing in that aspect. And yeah, as I said at the beginning, I did give it 5 out of 5 stars. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to like and subscribe if you did and you want to see more. I've got loads more book reviews and book videos coming up really soon. Please let me know in the comments if you've read Three Dark Crowns and what your thoughts on it were. Please let me know if you've got any recommendations for me of books or TV series or films based on my love of Three Dark Crowns. So I would love to hear more and to find more things to read and watch. Again, remember to like and subscribe if you did enjoy this, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!